Hello, everyone. This is me, Atlas, and welcome back to the Galaxy Cat podcast. And sorry about the air conditioner. Let me go ahead and turn that thing off. Ooh, so loud, but yet so good because it's summertime. It's July. I hope you guys had a nice 4th of July, doing whatever. I went to an event yesterday in cosplay. No, not a furry cosplay or nothing, but, my monitor head as usual. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about art. We're getting artsy-fartsy, if you will. I'm an artist. Plenty of people in my chat are artists themselves, and so this is is going to be their favorite topic. Now, this is also the first time ever in a Galaxy Cat Podcast Discord that we've had about 10 people listening in a single voice chat channel, which is quite amazing. Well, I know it's kind of small, but better than nothing. And so far we have about 50 members total, but a lot of them are inactive, so it's not all that great, but still, as always, better than nothing. Me personally, I've been drawing for 10 years on paper, but I just got what's called a Wacom tablet. It's a fancy, small little device. You just draw on it. Now, I've always wanted a tablet for a while, but I felt really intimidated by how complicated it really seemed and stuff, and I always felt more comfortable drawing on paper because I just didn't know how to work with layers and everything. I just I wasn't into it. But since I really want to do digital art commissions and make things more convenient, I decided, hey, you know what? Grow a pair of balls and, get an art tablet, man. So that's what I did. I got an art tablet, and that's what I did. I went to Best Buy. I was like, ooh, it's small, but it's expensive, but screw it. I got the money anyway. And that was a problem back then, too. It was expensive. And when I was younger, I was buying a bunch of stupid shit. So by the time I spent all my money on that stuff, I was already broke. So, yeah, I couldn't afford a tablet if I liked. And usually if I reminded myself to get one, I would have forgotten anyways. So yes, it's a nice small version to start off with. It's not a huge medium, size. And even if I got one, that would have sent me back to at least $300. And that is quite a lot of money for a little drawing, a big art tablet. So yeah, I'm not spending that much. So instead, I got the small Wacom tablet. And I downloaded Paint Tool Say. Well, actually, I downloaded GIMP, but I didn't like that much because it made my art look shitty. I didn't know how to use it too well, so a good old friend of mine, a new admin on the server named Nye, also known as Gusty, helped me get the Paint Tool Say software, which was, well, I'm not going to say, but let's just say, har, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. So I downloaded it, I've been using it, and Paint Tool Say is great. I got used to it instantly, and I'm now way more confident. I want to thank her a lot for helping me out, because when I was first using Paint Tool Say, I had no idea. So I give a shout out to Gusty for that, and the others who helped me with my digital art problems, and hopefully in the future, because like I said, I'm still brand new. When did I get the art tablet? Last week, so yeah, I'm a fresh digital artist. Anyways, enough of me rambling, enough of the intros, enough of the crap. Let's go ahead and get everyone unmuted. Everyone unmute their mics and introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Let's Cora, let's Gucci.
Alright, so one by one, as always, we're going to go ahead and introduce everyone. At the top, we got the one, the cute, the chubby, fatty, batty, Mama Donnie. And as always, she's making awkward squeaking noises. We got Ivory. What's up, Ivory?
Hi. I
sound so depressed.
Weird art. Yeah, I'm kind of sleep deprived, but hey, that's fine.
Alright, and we got my edgy friend, Nightwolf.
Nightwolf here, go fuck yourself, Atlas.
I love you too, bro. And we got the British Weasel.
That I don't.
We got the hey, yo, shut up. We got the British Weasel, Limo Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm
excited.
melting right now.
He's mousy.
Sorry about the fan background noise.
Nah, I don't even hear it. So anyway, oh, and we got our new member here, Luna. Say hello, Luna.
Yeah.
That was a very good noise. Thank you. And we got our good old rat buddy of ours, Mike. Say hello, Mike. Oh. Oh, I tried to do a squeak, it didn't work. And we got Gusty.
Hi.
Yes. And we got another new member, Cora.
Yo, what's Gucci?
Yeah. And we got, damn, what was her name again? Their name is Muna!
I am offended.
I know you are. Lots of people get offended these days. So,
No,
alright
I love
people, now, since we're on the topic of art, my question to you people is, you know, what do you like about art? What type of art do you like? Do you like a cartoon style? Do you like an anime style? Do you like a realistic style? Talk to me about it, or ask me questions about art, and I will answer.
Art is a way of life.
Hmm.
We can all agree to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I personally am an artist. My style is kind of between realistic and cartoony, but leaning more on the cartoony side. And that's just kind of where I stuck myself. I still like to push myself and do challenges. I've recently been learning how to draw humans better because, God, I suck. I just suck at drawing humans.
Same.
But I'm getting better.
The thing about humans is that they're not even that interesting to draw to me. I've always been interested in draw animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I draw cats, and I draw dragons, and I draw furries like I do.
Yeah, people think I just draw anthro stuff, but I actually like to draw robots and creepy shit. Like, I really like to draw some other stuff. I just don't do it as often as I used to. Because I'm really focusing on trying to do some designs and working on body poses and other things. And since I'm getting into digital just now, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of work on redesigning characters possibly, and hopefully making a series out of them, which should come in the future in due time. Who knows?
This is making a TV show.
Yeah, hopefully. But a podcast is where I stand right now, and that needs a lot of work as well. So, all new members are welcome. So, if you're listening for the first time, please go on by. We're waiting for you. So, back on the topic of art, though, yeah. So, what do you guys draw traditional or digital, or, like, if, let's say, okay, who here does not know how to draw? If you do not know how to draw, go,
Oh god.
Dearie.
Okay, let's try that again. Whoever does not know how to draw, go, Okay, so that's Mo. That's Night. Nightwolf doesn't know how to draw.
I do know how to draw. It's just
Then why'd you go?
Why did you go,
I don't know what happened.
I clearly
I
stated.
actually need to be working on something right now.
I clearly stated, if you do not know how to draw, go You go but you're like, I know how to draw.
We'll just put it in the voice text chat chat.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay, let's just calm down here, and okay, let's just see. If you could draw anything, and no, don't give me inappropriate answers. If you could if you could have any cool art style and such, what type of art style would you have?
Semi-realistic.
Realistic's the point you can get into deviant art groups that have elite in the title.
I just want to have like a really good
Realism. Boring.
Super realistic.
More realistic than what I already am.
Realistic is boring. Come on.
I want to go for surrealism. That's what I think of.
Drawing realistic is kind of boring because it's like every
You
art
have
class
so
you take
much
is like
more
that.
freedom.
Every
When
art
it
class
comes
is
to
like
realistic
that.
drawings, the only realistic thing I can draw that is pretty decent is a hand. That's probably the best I can do.
I can draw realistic
I wouldn't
for
call
anything.
it realistic, but that's
Digital, only
realistic.
traditional.
Do you guys want to know my levels of realistic art drawing?
Go on then.
For humans, I get to about stick person levels and don't get any farther.
Wow.
Like the biggest problem for
Dude,
me.
I'm so jealous of you.
Everyone's
You can
gotta
draw
start
stick people?
somewhere.
Dude, I
Atlas.
can't even draw a dot. You know
There
how
is
big-
one thing that I cannot do though, like no matter what I'm drawing. I cannot draw feet. I just cannot do it.
Who
Most
wants
people
to
do
draw?
feet
I
and
want to be
hands.
staring at
I
feet for
cannot
hours.
draw
Girl,
feet.
our
Feet
good
and
friend,
hands.
That's a common problem.
our good friend Child of Darkness he hasn't tuned in tonight, but we hope he's really good at drawing hands.
Really?
Yeah. Have you
Nice.
seen some of the hands he draws?
No, I didn't. But I love.
That's
I'd
how
love
him
to,
and I kind of made friends,
I love to
looking
I
at
love to
how
see that.
awesome he drew.
Instead of drawing feet, just put a big pair of boots on the character.
That's what I. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
what
I
I
draw
that's
giant
still
boots
hard
on
for me.
everything.
Even
what
that's
I
still
do.
hard.
That's what I do.
I draw
Alright,
giant
you just
boots on
do the
everything
outline
because
and
I
not worry
can't draw
about
feet to
details.
save my life.
I
Alright.
still can't do it, even with boots. I just can't make 3D things.
Yeah.
If I'm doing anthropause, then like feet paws, I can do that, but that's about the
Same.
extent of feet I can draw.
You know what's
A little
funny?
easier.
You know what's funny? Since I have a Picardo, and usually that's used for artists, but like since I do digital art now and I can obviously like use OBS or something, I think in the future or maybe next week or so, I will start doing art streams. So I got my Picardo already set up. So just so you know, if you guys like to check me out and draw and whatever, you can.
Oh heck yeah.
Go to my Picardo. Yeah. So.
That's something I'm going to do, honestly.
And I also have to make a DeviantArt. That's one thing I also have to do. That's a must. I mean,
I can help you.
some people would say, "Oh, you should make a Fur Affinity since you're a furry." Yeah, I know, but I don't like a Fur Affinity's layout and interface. It's like
Fur
eh.
Affinity is dated.
Same.
Yeah, it's
Fur
also
Affinity's layout has not changed since like 2000.
Murder me if you feel like it, but Fur Affinity
DeviantArt's a
is
bit
not
dated
really
too,
all that
but
great.
at least DeviantArt to me feels more comfortable. Like, it feels more comfortable for me. I don't know. I like it better.
Yeah.
DeviantArt's quite nice, but its phone mobile layout leaves much to be desired.
Let me tell you something. All mobile layouts are fucking awful.
Largely, yeah.
Yeah,
They've
that's-
been trying to update their.
Star!
Oh, we got Star in the
Atlas.
house. You're
This
late.
is our 11th member.
You are 12.
Mobile
You are
websites
you are
lowest
12
common
minutes.
denominator.
Limo. Shoot.
12 minutes late, but
12
you're our
minutes
11th member.
Yes. And it looks like his microphone's freaking out.
The milestone that we just broke today has been broken yet again.
Yay! Everyone, be
Clap
happy.
for
Make
Star.
happy noises or
I
squeak.
can't.
Yeah!
Yay.
Yeah!
Make some noise.
I can't. The sound. No.
No.
No, the sound is going wrong for me.
No.
Okay, we need to shut up now. Everyone, be quiet.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so back to the topic. All right, so here's one thing I want to bring up. Let's talk about things that artists hate. Now, me personally, I hate it when this of course goes back to school, because you know, if you're the artist kid in the class, oh my god, it's kind of mixed in what you deal with. And the one thing I'm gonna bring up to everyone here, if you're an artist, we all know that one fucking kid who would come up to you and be like, "Oh my god, did you just draw that? Could you draw me?" Like,
That's my whole entire school.
it's so ignorant. Like,
If you want me to draw you, you better be paying me.
yes,
That's like half of my friends.
like that's what I say. Like,
Or the
I-
person,
it's even worse.
what are
It's-
you drawing?
like here's the funny thing. Like, it's even worse when it's a person you don't even know, or a person that doesn't even give a shit about you. Like, oh, like you just see art and now all of a sudden I'm
Do
interested.
you know what? Yeah. Do you know what's even worse? The person who you kind of don't really get on with, or you know is a moody person, and when they're in the room with you, it completely kills the vibe, and you can't draw with them in the room.
Oh god.
I've had that.
Ew, yeah, this one person, and she bullies me so much. Me drawing in class one day, and she was like, "Oh wow, you're a really good drawer." That's the second thing that ticked me off. The fact that she said drawer instead of artist.
You're really
And then
good
she asked
drawer.
me-
I hold
Oh my
clothes.
God.
And then she asked me to draw her a turtle in a tank, and I did because I'm like, okay, I don't really want to make her mad right
I
now.
would draw a dick. That's what I would do. I'd just be like, here you go.
Oh, that's rude.
No, and then and if she got
Is that
mad,
rude?
and listen, like if she got mad as shit, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that was funny. And then like I would take it back. I would take it back and draw a kitty face on it and cat ears and just be like, oh, there you go. See?
Well done.
You know. So anyways, but yeah, the thing I hate most, and I'm flattered if people compare my artwork to someone who draws famous, you know, like they're famous artists, but okay, I'm inspired by a lot of artists and a lot of cartoons that I grew up watching, like Danny Antonucci's Ed and Eddie, C.H. Greenblatt's Chowder, Dan Thurop Orman, I don't know if I pronounced his name right, Flapjack, and many other cartoons. Like the guy who made Dexter's Lab, like etc. Like there's so many art styles that I love. Yeah.
Oh God.
But one thing that I don't understand is people. They're like, they compared my art style to fucking Fairy Oddparents. I'm like, why? Why? Like no
It
disrespect.
has the same
Like,
Yeah,
mouth
he wants
like,
to be that
eye
Jimmy
style.
Neutron.
Like no disrespect to Butch Hartman. I like him. He's cool. But that's not my art style at all. It's really not. Like, I mean, there's some parts, little bits, but that is simple like, he didn't make that style. He didn't create it. I've seen a lot of art styles like Butch's, and that's why, like, I hate it when people say, like, oh, you kind of it kind of looks like Fairy Oddparents. I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's like, oh, like today, like, it happened today. Like, someone just said, hey, that kind of looks like, you know, something from Danny Phantom.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
like, no.
Yeah, still the same art style.
I don't know, but I just hate that. To me, it's not true. Like, I mean, I don't know what art style mine looks like, but I kind of just go for my own. I go for,
Well,
you know,
at least
something.
it's not the Gumball style. That's
Don't start with the fucking gumball. Don't you start.
You should not have brought up Gumball.
No.
Because the host of this
is because
is a
Thundercats.
knockoff Nicole Watterson.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so for those who don't know, there is a reoccurring joke in the podcast channel.
You're
Since-
welcome.
Since my cat is light blue, and like, you know, he has
Now
big
that he
o-
wears-
since he has big oval eyes and thick eyebrows, people call my OC Gumball Watterson, and I get so mad.
Oh God.
But the thing is, I do like Gumball too. I was a little inspired by Gumball, but not with Atlas's design. I like a lot of cartoons, but that doesn't mean, oh yeah, just let me go ahead and copy that style. No, that's not what I do. But I liked Gumball for a while, but I just have been on and off with it for a long time. So, but yeah, there's a lot of cartoons I've been inspired by as I grew up, but just one of the artists that I don't think I'm really similar to is definitely Butch Hartman's work. That's not me at all. Another thing that I hate is when people think that I can draw them stuff for free. Now, I'm not greedy, I'm not selfish, but like, some people do not understand, and here's the worst thing. When people think you can draw something for them in like 5 minutes, like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no, like, I'm not
You cannot do
Picasso,
that.
I'm not...
Can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
Picasso
Art-
didn't even draw
Here's-
things in
here's
5
my-
minutes.
And listen. Here's my advice. When it comes to, if you ever want to do art or to get better at art, understand that time is your friend when it comes to artwork. Patience is
You
key.
can't rush.
Time is money.
Like the old guy said from Toy Story 2, you can't rush art. And that's
I know a lot
true.
of people who charge their commissions based on the time they spend working on pieces.
That's reasonable.
God,
And
my
that's-
art is
that's
bad.
sort
He's
of
been doing
reasonable. I
6
can
months and
understand that.
constantly putting it off.
Yeah.
Alright, so as I was saying, and I don't want to be interrupted again. When it comes to art, you can't rush it. And here's one thing I want to say to anyone who wants to take up art, and not just say, "Oh, I want to draw, but I can't." Stop saying you fucking can't, and just try. I literally have sat next to someone who would like literally use like one stroke of their hand and they would put like no effort into drawing at all. The thing
My
is-
friend Romy is like that.
Yeah, and it's so annoying. It's like, if you want to learn it, either look it up or actually take time. Here's one thing I recommend: sketching. And you're like, what's sketching? Is it like doodling? No, sketching is when you take multiple strokes with your hand with the pencil and you actually make the detail look better. You actually make the shapes and the lines look smoother. When you practice sketching, body poses, or look up references, one thing that I will always say for beginner artists is do not trace under any circumstances. Artists do not like it. I don't like it. And even in the furry community, we all fucking know this.
It's called art theft, isn't it?
Yes, art theft is
Right.
a huge
If they
art
don't
theft.
allow it-
If we're gonna get into that topic, art theft is a huge problem in that community. And in
Hang
a lot
on,
of
I'll be right
communities.
back. I think my turtle got itself stuck.
Okay, that was
Uh-oh.
fucking random.
Don't
Yeah.
trace unless you don't have permission to trace it.
But yeah, tracing is lazy. I mean, if
It
it's your
doesn't teach
own
anything
art,
new.
if it's your own art, by all means, you go ahead, you trace your own art. But do not trace other people's art and call it your own. Even if it's from a cartoon show, even if it's from like a poster, whatever, I don't care. Do not trace someone else's art and label it as yours. It's fucking not.
Now, sorry to interrupt you, but with a lot of beginner artists, for me example, use a lot of base edits. I used to do that a lot, but it was just construct for me learning how to do digital art.
Okay.
And as long as you give credit to the original base maker, like they make that for a reason so people can use it.
Yes, and that's what I'm going to get to right now. When it
I'm
comes,
back. Sorry
when it-
about
when it-
that.
when it comes to bases can be used for good and bad. But bases, in my opinion, are bad. The only good I think they have is if you want to figure out what design for your character. Like, if you can't sketch out the body or the head or whatever the fuck's bothering you, then just put the designs on the base and give credit to the base maker. Whatever the
I mean,
whatever the hell they
I'm
call
not gonna
themselves.
harp on bases because I totally made references for all my warriors cats with a doll maker, so
Yes, and that's okay because you gave credit to the base maker, right?
I did.
So you're not.
But
in
it's
the
not
wrong
even
here.
like a proper base. It's a click to
Well,
get a diff.
it's something.
click to get a
Here's
pattern.
the thing. It's
Oh
something.
god, that thing.
It's something. That's what I'll say. It's something. And
Yeah, this come.
okay.
Oh, yeah, just a minute. Oh, it won't copy.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and just go ahead and talk about this, okay? When it comes to bases, the bad part that could be used, and the thing is when you use bases, you're not really growing an art style. You're not really building your art mentality. You're not really building anything. It's kind of lazy. It doesn't, because here's the thing. Let's say you're a new artist, or you a quote-unquote artist. You're on DeviantArt, you're on Furfinity, whatever it may be. And let's say someone wanted you to draw a free hand of their character. What would you do? You've been using bases, you've been tracing this whole time, and if you're on a brand new canvas, you have no idea how to do sketches, any structure, you don't know how to do any poses, you're fucked. You're found out. That's the thing about bases.
If you're gonna use a base, credit the artist so that
And
you
that's-
don't get stuck
but
in a
I'm
hole like
talking
that.
No, we're talking about something else here. We're talking about like pure art, like pure laziness when it comes to a person using bases as a way to consider themselves an artist. But let's say someone wanted to draw freehand. Freehand. That means blank canvas. The art supplies are right in front of them, but they are confused. They're like, and they start to make excuses or whatever, or they just grab a base that the the commissioner might not know about, etc. People will do sick, disgusting things and to get money too. I've heard about lots of people taking great art, changing it like a few colors or designs, and selling it and making money. Technically stealing it, that's illegal.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And that's what I'm afraid of. If anyone makes a base without my permission, I'm going on their ass. Period.
Same.
So here's another thing. Referencing. Referencing is completely fine, but just like bases. Now, what is referencing? Referencing is when you're looking at an image and you're drawing from it, but using a little bit of inspiration. References can be used for posing. References can be used for,
I used to do that all the time.
Design. Okay. Please don't interrupt me again.
Sorry.
Thank you. References can be used for a lot of other cool things too, but here's how you don't use references. Let's say someone told you to draw SpongeBob, but they want it in your design. They want it in your art style. But let's say you don't know everything about SpongeBob, but yet you go on Google Images and you draw it to the exact as much you can. Here's the thing. You can't, unless you're really, really damn good, unless you're Steven Hillenburg himself, if you draw the exact SpongeBob, okay, that's cool. But you know those type of people that will go on Google Images and sit there and try to draw it exactly the same? You know what I'm talking about? Something like that. But they're not tracing it over the screen. I mean, some people even do that too, and that's kind of stupid. But, like, let's say references, and now here's a good way to use a reference. Let's say you have a character, and you want to put them in a type of pose. So you look up the pose, and you reference it from that. That's how you do it. That's how references is supposed to be done. So if you want my advice for art-wise, do a lot of sketching. Make sure, if you're doing cartoon style-wise, because I'm only good in that area. If you're doing a cartoon style anthro-like drawing, do a lot of sketching. Do not trace. Make sure you're creative with your characters. Do not use too many colors. Every furry will tell you that too. Don't put too many colors on your OC. You know, don't do that.
Otherwise it will Technicolor.
And I can say, make sure you don't rush. Time is your friend. Don't trace. Do a lot of sketching and practice a lot of posing. Because if you want to be a decent artist, at least a decent artist, you won't be bad, you won't be great, but you'll be decent, and that's what matters. And as long as you have fun with it. Make as many OCs as you want, and if there's some that don't interest you no more, just kill them off or do what other people do, which I still don't understand.
Sell them.
Like, sell them.
You could do.
Put them up as adopts. You make a little money off of these characters you don't use anymore.
And that's the magic of art too. You can make money off of it. There are a shit ton of people that make money, even off the stupidest shit. You can literally draw a butt with a funny caption, put it on a t-shirt, and make thousands of dollars.
Someone will sell it. Buy it. Someone somewhere will buy it.
Yeah, someone will
Might
buy
not
it.
a big audience,
People
but-
buy the stupidest shit these days. Like, it's funny. But, hey, it sells. So that's the good thing.
Yeah. And when doing art, that Venn diagram I've posted in the voice text tech chats is important.
Alright.
Yeah,
so anyways,
you need to have it.
Does anybody else who wants to talk about a certain art topic? Sorry if I went on for too long.
Can I talk a little bit about coloring for beginners?
Sure. And what type of coloring? Digital or traditional?
Just in general, say you're designing a character and you want to go with a good color scheme, but you don't know what to pick.
Okay.
One thing you can do is you can go on Google search or whatever search engine you use and look up color palettes to get a nice one. Or you can go with one that I did. I think it's called a color wheel palette, where you do a shade of red, a shade of blue, and a shade of yellow, or a primary color palette. Say you have a character, their skin is like a bright, vibrant blue, and they can have yellow eyes and yellow claws and a off red, or even a vibrant red if you want to go that road, red markings or something. And those could be interchangeable, but you can practice like blending and stuff, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Just for beginners.
And that's good. I'm glad you gave us that advice. Does anybody else have any art advice?
I went to an art high school. Like, that was just my profession. So a lot of what I learned over time was from there. if you're using shading, like if you're like really supposed to be like trying to be professional, shading can be your friend and it can be your enemy, because in certain situations, you can use black or you can use because if you're like I said, you're trying to be professional. People don't like using black or dark colors, so you have to improvise. Because, and with a lot of sketching, you gotta make sure you're not overdoing it, because then when you go to a race and you do the final lines, there's gonna be a bunch of smudging, and it's just gonna look like a bunch of crap on the paper.
Yeah.
And it's a process that doesn't take just 10 minutes. It takes 10 years. And that's how it has been for me. It's been literally your whole life. You learn from mistakes, and you keep learning from your mistakes.
All right.
That-
And that's
That
good.
is something.
That's pretty good. Shading is quite difficult.
In regards to digital, when you do shading, don't ever use pure black and pure whites, because they don't occur in nature. They're those. It's always something subtly in between, dark or.
Yeah, that's
light,
another.
but not
That's another thing, actually. Don't use like the pure colors, like 255 red, blue, and green. Like, don't use those.
They'll burn people's retinas out.
Yes.
With
Any
100%
Too vibrant.
saturation.
any like
Saturation.
any like powerful colors that are like really I get what you
Use
mean.
sparingly.
I get what you mean. Like those type of colors, like if you use like really simple like red, blue, or green, like the ones that are really flashy, it just makes your character look really typical and dull. Like the reason why I made my OC light blue. Originally Atlas was actually orange, believe it or not. My first Sona was actually an orange cat with like curved pointy ears. But
Yeah.
So he was Darwin.
Fair.
Up, Donnie. I'm not Darwin. Oh my
You were
God.
a water sin either way.
Okay. So, anyways, as I was saying, shit, you guys made me fuck up. Thanks.
You're
Welcome.
welcome.
Love you, Atlas.
I love you too, I guess. You're like children I didn't even want. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, but so my old Sona was like an orange cat with curved ears, and he wore a leather jacket. It was so stupid. But the reason why I made my OC light blue, because it reminds me of like a nice calming color, and his eyes are like gray. Well, they're gray in the icon, but like they're just black because that's the cartoon style I like, just normal black eyes. Thick eyebrows, brown poofy hair, and a Galaxy hoodie. Because, you know, I like the Galaxy aesthetic. And it reminds me of Vaporwave. I do like Vaporwave and Future Funk. And I always loved Galaxy pictures and things about space. Space is so spacey. So I really like that. Yeah. So anyways, oh, background noise. That's good. So, let's talk about, let's see, art-wise. Oh, I think if you're drawing traditional as well, please sharpen your pencil. Or use big pencils. Big pencils are your best friend if you want your lines to look good. Like, seriously. If you want to sketch real good and make your lines look smooth, do a lot of sketching with sharp pencils and big pencils.
Make sure they're hard pencils as well.
Yeah, if your pencil is like dull as hell, so will your lines. Doesn't matter if you can sketch with a dull pencil, but it feels and does much better with a sharp pencil. So
2H is best for outlines. I know this because I had to use 2H all the time in my engineering drafting drawings.
I think I had those type of pencils before, but I got bored of them.
Well, the higher the H what is, the harder they are, and the
Yeah.
more they go to B, the softer they are, and HB is dead in the middle.
That's nice.
I just
HB is what
use-
Americans call a number 2 pencil.
I just use mechanical pencils. Right now, I'm actually
Yeah, that's
sketching
what I
out
mean.
an
The Bic pencils, they're called Bic.
I'm sketching out an icon for Cora right now with
Are they
just
paying
a
you?
regular number 2.
Are
No,
They... Boo!
capable of accepting money.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're like small, so you can't accept money.
Yeah.
I,
But I'm okay with doing it for free because it's fun. I draw art for people because it's fun. Right now, I'm not really focused on making money. I'm just focused on enjoying myself and making other people happy.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to do too, but to an extent. If you want to invest, now the reason why the money part, it's not just to boost your ego or whatever. It's to use that money to buy stuff that you could need. Like me, thanks to that money I got from my job and other art commissions. Like when I first did art commissions, they were rolling in. They were seriously rolling in. Like some people were commissioning me like crazy, and I couldn't keep up that much at one point. And I loved it. I didn't care if I was late or something because they were cool with it too. So I used the commission money to buy myself a nice bike. I always wanted a new bike, but I couldn't afford it. So when I got the bike, I was like, wow, money's good. And I earned it. It was something, and that's the thing. It's not about, oh yeah, the I got this money, yeah boy. It's about using it for something that you need. Now, if I were to just buy like something that I don't need, like a stupid shirt or a tech gimmick, or I don't know, just something dumb. Like if I wasted it all on like candy bars and just I don't know, something just something stupid. But like luxury stuff. But except for that, I got a bike, something I needed because I need to get to work on time. You know, because without my bike, I'm late. So I got myself a nice bike. I got myself a nice jacket, nice leather jacket, but since I haven't been getting art commissions lately, with my job money, I decided to get a tablet, and that was quite a lot. But now, since I can do digital art commissions, I'm hoping to make money with that, because people usually these days, the sad truth is, and I learned this myself, other artists have told me, is that if you want to make more money or get more art commissions, you have to do digital. You have to get a scanner if you want to continue doing traditional, and you have to spend money on 2 of those things. Either if you want to do traditional still, you have to pay $70 to $100 on a scanner. You want to do digital finally, you have to go out and buy a tablet. So either way, whether you like it or not, you have to get 2 of those things if you want to do digital art. And if you don't want to, it's fine. But, I don't know a lot of people who want traditional art. And unless you're a really famous artist, unless you're really good with traditional, and if you get someone to digitalize it for you for free, because me, I wouldn't like doing that. I wouldn't like doing a commission traditionally and getting a friend of mine to digitalize it and take all the money and credit. That's not right. That's wrong. I never done that. But I mean, I thought about doing that, but then I was like, no, that would be wrong because I didn't digitalize that part. I didn't do that work. So that work would have to go, that money would have to go to that person, at least half of it, So
What's up, everybody?
that's why, hello, Apex. You're 30
Yes, welcome.
minutes late, but welcome. So anyways, back to that. So money isn't everything, you're right. I'm glad you do it for fun so far. But if you want to invest in like better materials, better equipment, or whatever else you might need, then that's when you start doing art commissions.
I definitely need a new tablet.
So
yeah,
get a PayPal, open up some commissions, and boom.
You're going with commissions. It's going towards the good and fast, but not cheap bids.
Yes.
With gift art, which I do, is good and cheap, but it ain't fast. Gift art that goes back is a year or so. We got not ago, and of course, fast and cheap is cheap art, cheap little freebie, cheap sketches, which isn't really good. And of course, all those you can't have all 3 of those. That's just possible.
And the last thing I'm gonna bring up, because this has been almost going on for 40 minutes. This is yeah, it's about 40 minutes. So let me just go ahead and say, if you want to do digital like art commissions in general yourself, let me give anyone here some advice. Whoever's listening, if you're starting on art commissions, here's the thing you need to do. You know, communicate a lot with your customers. Be sure they're happy. Be sure you keep in touch with them. Don't keep them waiting for so long. That's one of the biggest things you can ever do. I had this one fucking guy, who was supposed to give me a badge for months. And it took me a while to actually get pissed off, because he was cool. But the problem is that he was not delivering. He was making a ton of excuses. I gave him a lot of time. And I was like, look, this is $60 I gave you. And I'm not going to go along with the whole story, but long story short, this fucker owed me money. And when you owe money, it doesn't matter if you're a good furry artist. I don't care who the hell you are. I don't even care if you're Picasso. If I commission you to do something and you say you're going to do it, and if I paid you, you better deliver or you give me a fucking refund. Period. That's the thing that I hate about these type of commission, these artists too. And they're in the community a lot as well. And they're good artists, sadly. Good artists, here's another thing I want to tell you people out there. Good artists can also be bad in terms of personality and the way they run things. You can commission,
I know artists were absolute terrible people, yeah.
Yeah, there's the thing. You can commission someone, they could be good as hell. They could be awesome. You can send them that money, but you will probably never see that money or your art ever again. Ever. So, do some background checking, you know, make sure you check if they actually deliver their art on time or whatever, you know, do that. And if you don't see that, you know, or do legal shit, like seriously, end up bring them to court. That
never pay the full price up front.
To be honest,
pay half.
Never pay for an art commission $30 and up. Unless they're good and if they're trustworthy, you pay them. But if you never met this artist, let's say this artist is like brand new, but they're really good, and you know, if it looks too good to be true, they're most likely gonna take your money, or they're never gonna do. That's the thing; they're lazy too. How can you be good and lazy and not deliver the shit that these people paid for? That's just as worse as tracing or stealing art to make money. Like that just makes me so upset. And so, but back to the guy I commissioned. He was supposed to give me this badge. I commissioned him to do it in August. It was like, let's see, September, October, November, December. It was like December, so 4 months. He said he would have it done in 2 months or so. This fucker's been delaying. I had to actually go on Facebook to find this guy because he wasn't responding on Discord. And I found him. I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, you owe me an art commission. I was being kind with him too, and I was telling him, I was catching up. He's like, oh, I'm depressed and blah blah blah. You know, I'm going through health problems. I'm like, okay, I'll give you more time. So I told him I'm gonna give you a month to get your shit settled. Either give me my art, because he had to send it to me, and it's not that hard to do. It's not hard to send a package. It really isn't. So this fucking guy, he had a whole month. So I messaged him. I'm like, okay, listen, I don't want to be an asshole, but I want my money back. And the funny thing is that when I said that, he started to actually put effort into sending this commission out. It was like, you're probably going to get a partial refund. Partial? Oh, no, I don't think you understand. I don't care if... Here's another thing, too, that artists do. The asshole ones. They will say, I can give you a partial because I finished it. Doesn't matter if you fucking finished it. If I don't have it, then I should get a refund. Right? Am I wrong?
Depends how much work they've done on it.
It doesn't matter. It's like this, for example. Let's say you have a package. Let's say you bought something off of Amazon, right? And the box comes. Let's say the box comes to your doorstep. You're excited as hell. You're ready to see this shit. And you know it's been very late. You get the package out, and oh, it's not there. That's what it was like for me. Now I got the package, but this guy was 5 to 6 months late on something he should have sent out forever ago. Yeah, almost a half a year to send out a badge that I paid $60 for. And the thing is, I told him I want my money back anyway. But he's like, nah, I'm going to send it to you. I'm like, oh, I was like, you know what? I don't want to argue with you. Send the fucking badge, okay? So he sent it. This thing, it looks cool. But this fucking guy put really... I know he rushed it, because this thing's a piece of shit. I'm looking at it right now. This thing has, like, thick LEDs behind it. And... it's so poorly done. Like, the wire work. Oh, my God. When I'm looking at it right now...
Maybe a photo of the wires.
Yeah.
I'd like to criticise that, because I've done wiring.
I've done hot wiring, too. I've done hot wiring, too, and I know how to work with hot wiring with the batteries and everything in LEDs. But this fucking guy, he did a terrible job at it. And it was, like, so insulting. So I can tell that he was so desperate to keep his money that he kind of stole from me. And so he sent the package, and I didn't like it. I mean, I told him I liked it, but I was, you know, so whatever.
LEDs. You can get a load of LEDs for cheap for less than 20p. And a battery, about $1 for the special, small, tiny batteries. If he's not you going to stuck a resistor in a series of those LEDs, that is bad.
Yeah.
That just shortened the life of them really greatly.
But yeah, this thing doesn't even have an on and off switch either. It's so cheap. Yeah, it doesn't even have an on and off switch.
This guy drain the batteries.
Yes, it'll drain the battery. So what's the point of wearing the badge? And the thing is, I can't even wrap it around me. So what's the point? Whatever. So don't commission people, and also, like I said, don't be late on your commissions. Be professional.
Yeah.
Be professional. Be kind. And make sure that the person that is commissioning you as well gives a physical, like a picture. I hate the ones that are just descriptive, like, oh, they're like this and they're like this and blah blah blah. I'm like, but sir, I need a picture of the character. You know, I don't know your character, you know, by heart. I need to see a picture. That's another thing that people need to do too. You need to give a physical picture of your character or whatever the artist needs to draw. So, I know this is all jumbled.
Better be a good one too.
Yeah,
well,
it's gotta be.
I've done like requests from refs that like I can't exactly make out the character sometimes.
Yes, like they give you a text wall of their ref, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
I can't work with that. You need to give me a picture or at least a reference.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it when they get pissy too. They're like why not? And I'm like, why? Because I'm not a fucking mind reader. I mean, I could read that text, but that's not helping me. That's stupid. And especially, and all artists hate this, including the furries, when your OC has too many colors.
Yeah, that makes it a pain in the ass.
But we already discussed that, and I think this is going long enough, so yeah. Anyways, guys.
There's also Artist Beware websites, so if you get a really bad artist, you can actually put on these websites that act as reporting centers.
Oh yes, like the what's it called? Watch first or something? Like watch out things.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everyone for coming here. You know, for tuning in. This is possibly the biggest one yet. Well, not the best episode or whatever, but like a lot of people came in and tuned in, and I really appreciate it. So, without further ado, we might make a part 2. We might discuss it again. This is Atlas signing off. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.